prepared. You don't want to be falling behind or saying, gosh, I'm afraid of regular generators. I can't run a regular gas-powered generator. I live in a condo. I'm not allowed. You can't even use those on campgrounds after a certain hour. Let me bring up my special guest who certainly knows more about this than me and knows about every single model of the EcoFlow, by the way. Justin Hyatt is standing by to tell us all about it. And I told Justin, my sisters have been wanting to get me one because, you know, I'm a single mom with the 3 boys, and when the poop hits the fan, it's all on this lady right here. This is one of the most powerful that we do. When I saw a fridge, I mean, for nearly 30 hours. How about, you know, CPAP machines, medical devices, microwaves, I mean, coffee makers, skillet. It's crazy the power that this has.
This is one of only 2 that we have that will power 99% of your home appliances. So if you think about it right now, whatever room that you might be watching us in, look around, because that means just about everything that you have inside of your home, and it doesn't matter what kind of home you live in an apartment, the condo, a conventional home, this is gonna power your refrigerator, your microwave, your washer machine, your hair dryer, all of your high wattage appliances, and we're showing you all of those, kind of just a quick little list of even just some of those little, and I've taken your little saying, your creature comfort.
Yes.
Which is a light. How nice would it be to know that we can have a light, not just for a little bit, but for hours and hours on end. Of course, a laptop. We see a lot of people still working and having that hybrid work from home. Of course, even the CPAP machine. And so many of our reviews, and not even just the written reviews, but we have a lot of people that call in talking about my oxygen machine, my dialysis machine, the CPAP machine. You know, if you
for them, it's not the creature comforts. For them, it could be a very serious thing.
Yeah, you know, one of the things I always say is, you know, for me, of course, I'm thinking, it's always that moment in time. It's the Murphy's Law. I'll never forget this hurricane. I was a kid. I had an asthma attack. We had no way of getting the asthma machine, the nebulizer working. We had to go to the ER in the middle of a hurricane. It's always the worst time, and I always sit there and think, when's a good time to lose power? There's not a good time ever. It's always at the absolute worst time. Never be out of power, and make sure that you have that plan for when it does happen, because it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, and it's just the ease of just one press of a button, not having to worry about a pull crank, not have to worry about oil, not have to worry about running an actual gas engine that you've probably never done before.
How about being able to run it inside?
And run it inside.
Quietly.
Correct.
Right? You don't have to air this out. You don't have to have it 20 feet from your home, right? Because a lot of people actually have both. So a lot of pick this up as a backup. But it's nice to know that people that can't have a regular generator at home, maybe it's your association rules, your condo rules, you can now have that power bank as well. And this one is, if you've been saying, well, which one should I get? Which one is the most powerful? Because that was the first thing I asked Justin today. I'm like, this is the one I'm gonna get. And he's like, Les, this is one of the most powerful that we do ever here at HSN.
It is, so this is the second most powerful that we have. And if you're thinking, okay, well, which one's the other one? The other one's over $3,000, right? When you're thinking about not only that, this is just a huge discount. One of the reasons why the extra battery is so popular is not even just because, you know, I think, what was it, 40 to 50% off even just on the extra battery. Essentially what that extra battery is, it's another Delta Max, but just without the ports. So you're getting double the power, and one of the nice parts about the Delta Max is not only is it literally the most powerful Delta Max, or Max that we have model, is that you can not only double the power, you can triple the power, because you can actually have 2 additional extra batteries. So kind of layman's terms, what does that mean? We say 30 hours on a refrigerator. How about now 60 hours on that refrigerator? If it's cooking on a microwave, and think about that, one of the highest wattage appliances that you have in your house, for an hour, now it's 2 hours. If we're tripling it, now it's 3 hours. So
which, by the way, nobody cooks for 3 hours, 2 hours, or 1 hour on a microwave, but it speaks to the power.
Exactly, it totally speaks to the power, because if you're thinking about one, I've always been on the fence about these power stations. I'm starting to see a lot about them, starting to read about the popularity of them, but I'm worried it's just not gonna power enough in my home. Keep in mind, this is only one of 2 that we have, and if you're thinking about even just power stations in general, there's always been gas, there's always been propane, there's that third category of these solar generators. Who's the leader in that third category? EcoFlow. And if you're thinking of looking at EcoFlow, then what's the next what's the most powerful that they have? This is one of the most powerful that we have that will power all of those, and yet
that's not $3,000.
That's not $3,000.
By the way, this is our Black Friday offer, which means inevitably it's while supplies last or while our Black Friday deals are going. Which, Rick, I think is it December 4th? that I think they go away. I'm not sure, but we'll get back to you on that. But essentially, we are over $1,000 off today. Now, here's the best part about it. If you're saying, yeah, I know this is the future. You know, they're doing electric cars. I mean, this is what's happening now. And listen, if you have a gas generator and you know how to use it, good. But you know, there are precautions. It's scary to a lot of people. It's scary to me, and I feel I could handle it. It's not like this complicated thing. I'm still scared of it, right? If you've been thinking about this, we're gonna help you get it home because you can break it down into either 5 monthly payments, and that's using any credit card you like to shop with. It could be your favorite debit card, your favorite credit card. We accept all the big ones, PayPal, Apple Pay, you can do that as well. But essentially it's 5 months at $300, okay? So that is essentially, think about it, for 5 months, $10 a day. If you want to break it down into a year and a half, VIP financing is the way to go, and that would mean you have 18 months to pay it off. And with those 18 months, you'd have to use your HSN charge card, your Q card, your Zulily card, but you have a year and a half interest-free to pay it off. So as long as it's paid off in a year and a half, you're essentially interest-free, right? It's as good as cash. That would be $83.33 today, and you get this home. You'll get it home within 7 to 10 days. Now, if you don't have an HSN card and you'd like to get one today just to use that 18 months, sign up for one, and then you get approved, you get to take another $50 off this already great Black Friday deal. But essentially, on regular FlexPay, $10 a day. If you're doing VIP financing, that's less than $5 a day for the next year and a half, and you've got something you can count on. You're never left in the cold again. You are never scared. You're never in the dark. You're never wondering how the heck do I keep this food from spoiling in my fridge? I mean, it is your way to be, proactive, on the offense instead of on the defense all the time. So 825-607 is our item number, and we hope you never have to use it in an emergency, that you just use it for fun. But you know what? The truth is, we read about it every single day. Weather is even crazier now than it was a couple of years ago. And Justin, this is just, if you can afford this, today's the day to take advantage of our Black Friday offer. I have never seen it at $1,000 off.
This is the lowest price we've ever done it. And remember, this is the most powerful Max model that we have. And this is one of those ways that you can literally save Thanksgiving, that you can save Christmas, and that you can cross off that list of what's our plan? We're always thinking water, we're always thinking food in those emergencies, but of course power is always that one thing that's sitting in the back of our head. And if we've ever lived in an apartment or condo, which I do, we don't have the option of owning a gas generator. So then what do we do? And here's the thing I want to show you. We're in the kitchen now. John was just in here cooking all this food. Here's a way that you can literally use your Delta Max for all of those high wattage appliances, because when we say 99% of your home appliances, this can power up to appliances that are 3,400 watts of power. A lot of power. But here's how simple and easy it is. And this is one of the things that you talked about, Leslie, which is we're doing it inside, right? We're be able to actually power this, unlike a gas generator, in our home. And how do we turn it on? Just that one touch of a button. That's it. If you've ever owned a gas generator, you know if it's been sitting for too long, there's a chance it might not turn on. I'm gonna have to worry about, is that gas that I've been storing good? Can you even store gasoline where you live? And then the other part about it is that means there's an extension cord from outside all the way through a window, all the way through a door, all the way through your whole entire house. Here you can actually have it sitting right inside your kitchen, and it's silent because there's no toxic fumes. Okay, so we turned it on. What you're seeing is we've got 4 USB ports and 2 USB-C ports right here, so you can plug in all of your little electronics, again, in the kitchen. But the other part I want you to see is that LCD display. Now that's gonna come into hand in just a second, because what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna plug in this refrigerator. I'm gonna come to the back right here, because imagine you've got how much food stocked up in your refrigerator right now for Thanksgiving? I'm sure hundreds and hundreds of dollars, right? So no power to our refrigerator right now. I'm gonna leave this door open. All I'm gonna do is I've got a little extension cord all the way over here to this little power strip. I'm gonna plug it in really quickly here. I'm gonna hit one button, and then my light's gonna turn on, my fan's gonna turn on, in just a few seconds that refrigerator's gonna turn on. If you weren't watching or listening to us earlier in the presentation, how long do you think we could power a refrigerator for? Not 10 hours, up to 30 hours on a full-size refrigerator. So now, with the refrigerator running, a light and a fan, if we came back down to this display, you'll see just with that compressor running and that light and that fan, it's saying 12 hours. Once that compressor stops running, this is gonna go back up to roughly about 25 to 30 hours. But now, I'm gonna come over here to that microwave. Because when I come over to the microwave, we're thinking about all the leftover food, being able to cook our food, a hot plate, coffee, a hair dryer, turn camping into glamping potentially, and now a full-size microwave. And the other thing I want to talk about too is, of course, we got a light and a fan, and we're inside. But maybe you're outside. Maybe you're thinking about going camping. Maybe you're thinking about going tailgating. And now I want you to see a full hour, and it's showing you nearly 2,000 watts of power right now running from our EcoFlow inside. No gas, no propane, and like we said, Leslie, pretty much not gonna ever be using a microwave for a full hour at a time. It's nice to know that you can, and I know we were just showing you the solar panels, because once this is depleted in power and you have no power at home, how are you gonna recharge it? That's the nice part about having the solar panels, because now you have an option to recharge it that way. And speaking of just recharging it in general, the fastest recharge rate in the whole entire industry, when you plug this in just via AC into your little home wall outlet, this is gonna recharge from 0 to 80% in just a little over an hour. Do you know what the competitors take? Nearly 6 to 10 hours. So you've got the fastest and you got the leader with EcoFlow.
That's it, and that's the thing. It's not big and scary. It's not like, you know, is it far enough from my home? I mean, unfortunately, we have heard of those stories where people have been in trouble or have gotten sick, you know, because they weren't working a regular generator properly, right? So a lot of people already feel a little intimidated by regular gas-powered generators. A lot of people can't have them. Your association, your HOA won't let you have it, and you can't, you know, people don't really travel with those. You could be taking this with you in the back of the RV, on the boat, right? You can, it's just more portable, more easy to handle, and easy to recharge as well. So this is like a big battery. Once you deplete the power, you just recharge it. 3 different ways to charge. Yes, you can do the creature comforts, as Justin and I say, right? You can do the laptops, the computers. How about your Wi-Fi router? So you always have Wi-Fi. You can be powering up your TV, so now the kids are entertained. They're not scared when the power goes out. But also the things that make you and your family comfortable, the things that make you and your family safe. And so, unbelievable Black Friday deal. We're $1,000, so over $1,000 off. This is typically, this model, and this is, as Justin said, only the second most powerful that we do. We have one that's more powerful that's like double the price. So what we're doing is we took the one that's $2,500 plus. We're at $1,500, so we're over $1,000 off. You got the 5 flex pay, which means $300 gets this home for you and your family right here, right now. And that's any debit or credit card. Remember, that's like $10 a day for the next 5 months. If you want to use that VIP financing, you get a year and a half. That's less than $5 a day for the next year and a half to have something that is so valuable. And I know it's not for everybody. I know it's a considered purchase, but if you're like me and these things keep you up at night and you're scared and you're worried and you're saying, well, what do I do? And sometimes, you know, you'll call the power company and they'll be like, your power will be restored in 8 hours. And you're like, what do you mean? I just filled the fridge with food. I'm spending, you know, you never have to worry about that again. This is one of the most powerful that EcoFlow does. Usually you have to buy the solar panel separately. Today we're throwing it in for our Black Friday bundle. You even get the case to keep it stored and protected. I have one of the original models. I love it, but mine does not power the fridge, Justin. This one powers the fridge, powers the microwave, a washer. I mean, who's gonna wash clothes in the event of an emergency? If you wanted to do laundry, you could be doing laundry. Yes, the medical devices as well. How about, you know, a pressure cooker or a crock pot? How about, you know, an electric kettle? How about power tools? How about, you know, those things that keep you going in the event of an emergency? And even if it's not an emergency, you will have so much fun with this thing because you will take it on that camping trip. You will take it to the river or to the lake. You will take it on the RV or on the boat. You could be off grid with this one because that's why EcoFlow is one of the most popular brands out there. $300 gets it home, or on VIP financing, you only pay the first $83.33 right now. We will ship it out to you. It's our Big Friday bundle, or a Black Friday bundle. A lot of people have been shopping. You've been waiting for this price cut, but that is a temporary price cut. So I do urge you to think about it. Make that decision as quickly as possible. I've never had it at over $1,000 off. Don't forget, we do have the extra battery. The extra battery on its own is usually, I wrote it down, on its own, that extra battery is usually $1,599, okay? Because it's like another EcoFlow, right? Today we're at $899. we're at an almost half off sale. We're at $700 off for the extra battery. So a lot of you are picking up that extra battery today. If you want it, it's 785-903. But Justin, this is peace of mind. This is knowing that, you know, when life happens, you're prepared. You can at least plug those things in that make you feel comfortable, that make you feel grounded, and then you can, you know, figure out what your plan of attack is. So, I mean, a lot of people have always wanted this model and just couldn't do it. Today at over $1,000 off. We are very busy right now because it's not for everybody, right? It's a considered purchase. Today, over $1,000 off. I've never had such a deep discount.
Well, one of the things that I think when you've been looking for anything to give you that peace of mind, there's only ever been two options. It's only ever been propane. It's only ever been gasoline. But now, there's finally that third option. You were even talking about, you know, electric vehicles. You know, that's never existed before until we've seen the popularity. Well, there's that third category now of having that electric generator, that power station, that solar generator at home. What you don't have to worry about, unlike a gas generator, is you can run this safely inside of your home. You don't have to worry about running a gas engine. You don't need to worry about having oil or gas. All you need to do is press one button. And that's it. It's like turning on a desktop computer, essentially. And then, like a computer, it has every bit of information that you need, unlike a gas generator that's just gonna give you a little ticker that says how much gas is in it. Full LCD display. So it's gonna show you 99 hours, representing exactly how much time you have. And the reason why we have time is because as the wattage starts to change, it's gonna act like a computer and start to adjust the amount of time that you've got. So there's no guessing. So as you start to plug stuff in, it's going to automatically adjust the time that you can be able to run all of the things that you can plug in, excuse me. Now, how do you plug stuff in? Let me turn it around because what I wanna show you is where you do plug all those things in. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6
Great.
AC outlets, and full 3-prong AC outlets. You also do have that DC port right here. And then the other thing that we were talking about just outlets really quickly here, there's 2 additional ports right here on the side. This is where you can double and triple the power with that extra battery, which is down by my feet. I'll show you that in a second. But what I want to do is I want to plug in that portable AC unit that I've got right next to me because this speaks volumes to me. I've got a window AC unit in just about every room in my apartment. When I lose power, I'm not sitting in a hot home during the summertime. One of the reasons why during the summer everybody was losing power across the country is because what was happening? There was so many people running their AC units that it was too much power on the grid and they had to shut it off.
Yep.
You know how dangerous it can be to sit in a hot home that all of a sudden gets up to 100+ degrees? Do you see how long it's gonna be able to run a full-size portable AC unit set to 72 degrees, nearly 12 hours? 12 hours right here. Again, we're doing this inside. We're not having to worry about an extension cord. Now, the other part is, of course, all the creature comforts like you were talking about, Leslie, which is then we can have another light and a fan in a different room. Now, we're not sitting in a dark home either, so we're cool. We're sitting in a nice lit home. Now, we got 10 hours of a portable AC unit and a light, but then I want to take you down right here to my feet because this is where that little extra battery is. Now, this extra battery is really cool because right here is a little compartment. It's got one cable. All I need to do is take this cable, attach it to my extra battery, and then plug it right here into the side of my Delta Max. And now what I've done is I've doubled the amount of time. So basically what this represents is like another tank of gas. Instead of 12 hours for my portable AC unit, now I've got 24 hours that I can run my portable AC unit right here from my Delta Max.
By the way, I was just, and I'm terrible at math, but I think I'm right. I could get the extra battery today with our Black Friday bundle of the EcoFlow and still be at less than the price that it usually is. Am I right? Did I nail it? No.
Yeah? Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Because
you're
the
asking
battery...
the worst math person in this building.
What?
Math and me do not mix.
Oh, me too.
Which is why I love that this tells me everything I need to know.
My 13-year-old is officially smarter than me right now in math. In math only, Liam, in math only. Here's the thing. The battery right now is almost half off, okay? So it's like a $700 discount right now. And yeah, and this is over $1,000 off, so you could still get this bundle plus the extra battery and still be at less than the original price. And those are the discounts that matter. This is what we're looking for Black Friday. So if you want it today, we'll make it easier for you to pay it off because I know that you want it. I mean, who wouldn't? But a lot of times people are put off by the price. This is worth every penny, I promise you, if you can do it. So my sisters want to get my family one, want to get me one, and I think that we're gonna do this one because if you're telling me it is the second most powerful, I mean, I just want one that, seriously, I don't even care if I sit in the dark as long as my food's not spoiling. All right, I gotta feed these kids. So think about this. Yes, it powers the fridge, the CPAP machine, the washer. You could do the washer, the microwave, an electric, induction grill or a burner, right? An extra burner. You could be doing an electric tea kettle or coffee pot. You could be doing a blow dryer. You can be doing power tools. Justin's gonna explain what these cables are too, because I don't know what these cables are, but essentially, this is your very own power station. So when the lights go, when the winter storms happen, you're not sitting in the dark, panicking, and more importantly, freezing your little tail off in danger. You can be at least comfortable while you get your mind together and you figure out what you're gonna do. You're gonna stay powered during those outages. You're gonna use this for fun moments as well, for the tailgate, for the camping party, or for the camping trip, on the RV, on the boat, wherever your heart, you wanna be off the grid, you could be off the grid. You even get the solar panel included. Say yes to our offer today because I've never seen it at over $1,000 off. That's what Black Friday should be about. 825-6070 item number. $300 gets it home right now, any debit or credit card, or if you want to use that VIP financing with your HSN charge card, you'd be paying $83.33 right now. That's less than $5 a day for the next 18 months. And Justin, what a purchase it is, because it's not like a handbag or shoes or this great little denim jacket I'm wearing. This is something that really could make you feel better, could make you feel safer. And I'm not storing gas in my home. I'm not storing propane tanks. I'm not having to run this and leave the door open. And a lot of people, what they do is they have that one and they run that one during the day. And when they have to lock up the house at night, they run this one.
That's just it. One of the things that we read a lot about, one thing I want to just mention real quick is, even during this past hurricane, what we were hearing was a lot of people having their generators stolen because they have to be outside.
Right.
Then of course, yes, you have to have an extension cord from outside inside of your home. Now you got an open door. In fact, we had a guy who called in. He was an older gentleman, ex-military, and he's bought multiple EcoFlows. And he's like, I have a gas generator. In fact, he's got a couple of gas generators, but he loves having EcoFlow because he has his generators for out and he has a barn, but he loves having his EcoFlow for his home because he doesn't like having the extension cord. But speaking of both, like you were just talking about, we're not totally anti-gasoline. In fact, if you have a gas generator and you live in a conventional home, perfect, because this is a great complement to any of you who already own a gas generator. Here's how you can use it. Instead of having to worry about storing tons of this gasoline, which is expensive, which is the first thing to go in an emergency, now you don't have to run your gas generator the whole entire day. You use your gas generator to recharge your EcoFlow. And here's the nice part. This is the fastest recharge rate in the industry, right? We talk about this being able to power your refrigerator for up to 30 hours, but it only take a little over an hour to recharge it. So now you just run your gas generator for an hour to recharge this and then turn your gas generator off. So now you can really start to preserve your gas. So that's another way that you can use both.
Yeah, because that's the thing too. It's like, unless you are storing gas, which nobody really likes to do, the first thing that you never find in an emergency is gas, right? I mean, this last hurricane creeped up on us here in Florida. And by the time I was like, uh-oh, this is serious, there was no gas. There was no gas.
One of the things that stood out to me too was, and I forgot about this because, even though I've grown up in South Florida, one of the things that you don't even think about is the gas stations don't have power. So even after the hurricane, they can't give you any gasoline even after you've run out of gas. The gas station right down at the end of my street was still out of power a week and a half later. So here's how you, even out of power, can still recharge your power station. The solar panels. But here's one way that you can use your power station every day. We talk about this as an investment. Often you get a gas generator for one reason, emergencies. This is not just for an emergency. This is for everyday use if you would like it to be, because this will act like an emergency power source. So I want you to imagine this plugged into the wall right now, and for instance, a CPAP machine plugged into it. So in about 20 milliseconds of losing power, my CPAP machine will automatically continue to be powered from my EcoFlow. When we left, because we had to evacuate, Leslie, because we're in one of those flood zones, we had just bought $300 worth of food.
Yep.
Because we're thinking we're gonna stay at home, we've got power, but we had to evacuate. I was able to use my EcoFlow, plug my refrigerator in, plug my fish tank in, and plug my Wi-Fi in so that when we lost power, everything would continue to be powered up.
Right.
That's one way you can use it. But again, like talking about just being able to use it in the bedroom, now we got a CPAP machine. I'm gonna turn this on really quick because I want you to see. With the CPAP machine, it's gonna show me exactly how long it's gonna be able to run that for. I love that because if you've just kind of been thinking, you know, with a gas generator, it's probably gonna say half a tank, I'm gonna have to guess. This is gonna be able to run that CPAP machine for roughly 15 to 17 hours. And remember, with that extra battery, we're not saying you need it because everything that you're picking up is everything that you need. If you wanna double that time, you can. And then now I know what math you were talking